Welcome back to Grill Sergeant's BBQ Spin Off. My name is Andrew Rogan. What makes this show fun is I have no idea what I'm going to cook, what I'm going to cook on, or what seasonings I'm going to use, but a random wheel picker does. Now, what makes this show fun is you guys get to pick the meat. So if you want to see your meat choice in the next episode, make sure in this video in the comment section to leave your meat choice, because when we build the next episode, we're going to be looking at this video's comments. All right, other than that, let's get up the wheel. Today's meat choices we have Thor's hammer, mahi mahi, meatball sub, lamb, and grouper. We're gonna give that wheel a little spin. And meatball sub. Now, as far as grills today, we have the Pit Boss Heritage, the Pit Boss Onyx Phoenix, the Pit Boss Pro Series, the Pit Boss Competition Series, and the Pit Boss Ultimate Griddle. All right, let's see what grill we get. The Pit Boss Competition Series. All right. Now for seasonings, we have the Pit Boss Boss Rub, their Sweet Heat, Sweet Rib, Prime Beef, and their all-purpose GSP. So now let's see what seasoning we're going to use. All-purpose GSP. I don't know about y'all, but I am ready to make a smoked meatball sub. I know this one's been on the wheel for a hot minute, and so it's definitely cool to finally see it on the wheel and it actually get picked. And again, if you want to see something cooked on this show, definitely leave a comment in this video. But now let's look at the ingredients. Now, I will put all this in the description, but we are going to be using the Pit Boss All-Purpose GSP. I have an egg. I have 2 pounds of ground meat here. This is half beef, half pork. I have a half a cup of breadcrumbs. I have 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of our Pit Boss GSP, and then I have a cup of mozzarella, and this is cubed. And so from here, we can actually start mixing our ingredients. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to crack an egg. Going to get our breadcrumbs in here. Going to get our minced garlic and our Pit Boss rub. Just going to give this a good stir. We're just going to mix this for a few minutes. Kind of want the consistency of like a wet sand. Now we're going to mix in our meat. Get this all mixed together. If you feel that this mix is too dry, you can add another egg. And if you feel it's too wet, you can add in some more breadcrumbs. You just want to get this nice and tacky. Like my sense of humor. Got my cheese cubes here. So what I'm going to do is take about 2.5 to 3 ounces of meat, and then I'm going to get some of this mozzarella. So I'll put 2 pieces in the middle right here. And I'm going to kind of just ball it up, just like that. Oh, beautiful. Oh. So I'm going to finish these up and we'll tune back in when we have our meatballs ready. All right, these meatballs are done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the refrigerator, let them chill and firm up a little bit, and now we can get our Pit Boss Competition Series fired up. All right, let's turn the smoker on. And I'm going to take the temp and we're going to turn it to 300 degrees. And then once we have a fire in the burn pot, I'll close down the lid and let it come up to temp. Once you actually start seeing the smoke dissipate, you can open up your sear plate and see a fire down there, and that's a good sign. So now let's close her up. All right, we are up to temp. So let's get these meatballs on. Beautiful. Well, that was easy. We'll check back in about 35 minutes. Mainly, we're looking at these meatballs to get to an internal temperature of 165 degrees. All right, time to check on these. It's been 40 minutes. Oh man, look at that cheesy goodness. Mountain Dew temp check. All right, 172. So as long as they're over 165, that's great. So now what I'm going to do is, got a cast iron pan here. Just going to put these meatballs aside. Let's get this cast iron on in her. Got some marinara sauce right here. Just coat these up. Make sure we're getting them all nice and coated. Let's just pretend that never happened. Whoop. All right, we'll give these another 15 minutes. Scoot these back a little bit. All right, let's give these another 15 minutes. Y'all ready for this? So while the meatballs are kind of heating up in the sauce, now let's prep the sub rolls. All right, I'm gonna come in on the side. Not going all the way, but just enough where we could split these open. All right, it's been 15 minutes, looking good. Let's get this pulled off. Now the fun part, let's assemble our meatball sub. All right. I'm gonna come in here with our marinara. Spread that around. Oh man. Wow, look at that. Come in here, the shredded mozzarella. Just gonna melt the cheese a little bit. Then I'm gonna take some Italian seasoning, just a little bit, flake that on top. And there we go. Now for my favorite part, the taste test. Wow. Guys, we absolutely crushed this one. This is hands down the best meatball sub I've ever had. And just having that mozzarella on the inside, you just get not only a cheesy bite on top, you get a cheesy bite within the meatball itself. This is super juicy. This recipe is one you are definitely going to want to try out. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can stay on top of all these future cooks, and let me know what you want me to cook. Put it on the wheel and whatnot. Have fun with it. Go crazy. Rocky Mountain oysters? I don't know. This was so much fun. I'm going to bring these in, feed the family. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Grill Sergeant out.